Good afternoon. My name is Meredith Sandine, and this is for class EDLD 5033. This is my District Community Agency Strategic Plan. Today we will look at a SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. First, we will look at our strengths. Our school, just like any other school, has several strengths, starting with our strong community involvement. Our town is very small, so our community is very involved in our school. We also have a strong parental involvement. We have at the elementary school, we have cookies with grandparents, we have goodies with moms, we have donuts with dads. At the high school, they have parent night. There are several times that we have parent involvement throughout our school. At the elementary school, we are developing a new literacy curriculum. This literacy curriculum is called Journeys, and it is the first literacy curriculum that they have tried since I've been there in 4 years. We have numerous extracurricular activities, including an archery club, music and art club. Of course, we have football and basketball, cheer, and we also have a dance team. And we also offer after-school tutoring at the elementary school for grades 3 through 6. With strengths also come weaknesses. We do not have a math curriculum. We tried to adopt one this year, but the funds just were not there. Our technology is dated and could really use a big update. We only have a few Chromebook carts throughout the elementary school, and the teachers' desktops are very dated. We do not have safety devices in place for classrooms. Currently, we don't have any way to ensure that our doors do not come open if an active shooter event would take place. Our teachers and staff are not prepared for active shooter emergencies, such as no training. We also do not have any teachers that are armed. And our school is small, so the finances are limited. We have lots of government-funded grants, but our finances are very limited, so we have to use our community involvement in order to get any kind of extra needs that we might have. Now let's take a look at our school district SWAT team. These members will be a part of the SWAT team that takes care of getting this project off the ground and running smoothly. Meredith Sandine, kindergarten teacher; Larissa Summit, district counselor; Ashton Cox, 5th grade teacher; Carrie Evans, high school special education teacher and parent; Chris Farrell, superintendent; Elizabeth Robinson, elementary principal and parent; Bobby Carter, elementary dean of students and parent; and Daryl Thompson, high school principal. These members of our SWAT team will be in charge of getting our project off the ground. They will also be working with members throughout our community and several stockholders that live in this town and that are a part of this community. Although we are a small town, we are full of new, flourishing organizations, starting with the McGee Women's Service League. The Women's Service League is a new organization to the area. Many of the members are teachers, including myself. I will propose the idea of a fundraiser to raise funds for a safety device throughout our schools. We will also work with our local police officers for training for our school and our personnel. The local police officers could also arm our teachers, get certification for concealed carry license. The McGee Men's Club of McGee is known for large fundraisers and are also huge supporters of our school district. Safety mechanisms for our classrooms could be built by our high school welding club. Mayor Jeff Young, who also happens to be our school board president, could appoint a police officer to become a school resource officer. When doing a SWOT analysis, the last part is threats. School safety is our number one priority. It is evident that active shooting incidents are on the rise. An FBI study shows that there were 10 more active shooter emergencies in 2017 as compared to 2016. The following slide will show a table with active shooter incidents from the year 2000 to the year 2017. In our school district, several outward-facing doors remain unlocked for the entirety of the school day. Students going between the junior high and high school must get through the doors, so they have to stay unlocked. Our school does not require the teachers to have name badges or IDs. This causes confusion for many students when knowing whether or not someone knocking at the door is safe to allow in. By looking at this table from the FBI website, you can see the general rise in active shooter incidents from 2000 to 2017. There have been 250 active shooter incidents throughout this time frame. Our district vision. Our goal is to work in a partnership with our parents and community to create a safe, nurturing, supportive environment in which students strive for excellence emotionally, socially, and academically. Students will be empowered to discover their strengths and to achieve their maximum potential. After doing our SWOT analysis, it is clear that a lack of safety is an issue. Our schools have limited measures in which they can take to prepare for an active shooter emergency. As of this year, we do not have a school resource officer. There is not a secure way to lock our doors. We were told by administrators that we were not allowed to lock our doors at any time unless an emergency were to arise. A lockdown device mechanism would be a more solid lock in case such emergencies should take place. Another option for reassuring the safety of our students would be to arm designated teachers. Community resources and agencies needed. The McGee Police Department and Jeff Alyoung. Our local officers will provide teachers with training on what to do if a situation should arise. All personnel and staff will be required to attend the training. The training will be given in August before the school year begins. The police department will also provide concealed carry training for licensed personnel only. There will be 7 armed individuals at the elementary school, 3 at the junior high, and 9 at the high school. These numbers were determined based on square footage of campus and number of students. Our high school welding class would also be a great help during this project. The welding class will make lockdown devices for each classroom district-wide. This is a fairly large project, so options of asking other welding companies to donate time and money will be on standby. The McGee Women's Service League. The Service League will organize a fundraiser to help with training funds, concealed carry funds, including purchasing of handguns, lockdown device materials, and any other expense that might arise. Delta Outdoor Church. Delta Outdoor Church is a small church but with a big industrial-sized building. They would be willing to donate paper products and space for the Women's Service League to host meetings. Teachers and staff of the school will be encouraged to be in attendance for the fundraiser. This would also be an option for a building for concealed carry training for certified personnel staff. Lastly, the McGee Men's Club. The Men's Club has a large industrial-sized building that would host the fundraiser. The fundraiser will be a silent and live auction and dinner. The Women's Service League is responsible for selling and organizing the fundraiser. Next, we will look at the steps necessary to take in order to secure our students' safety. The first step is organizing the fundraiser. First, the SWAT team will meet with the Women's Service League committee that has been established by the Women's Service League president, Sydney Day. We will then discuss the different safety needs of our school. The SWAT team will continue to collaborate with the Women's Service League throughout this process. Still on step 1, we will meet with Delta Outdoor Church. We will discuss what is needed for paper products for the fundraiser. Lastly, for action step 1, we will meet with the Men's Club and present to them our project. We will discuss how many people the building will hold and a tentative date for the event. The funds raised from the fundraiser will be used for purchasing the materials to make the lockdown devices. It will also be used to cover the cost of training teachers and staff and training the chosen staff members to get a concealed carry license and then arming them with a handgun. Any funds not raised at the fundraiser will be raised by the next fundraiser the following year. This will be a yearly event. For action step 2, this will involve arming our teachers. We will first begin by looking at the different schools that have armed teachers. I know Clarksville School District has armed teachers, and they have had a great response from parents and community members on this decision. Next, the SWAT team will meet with the school board to discuss and get feedback on this as an option. Lastly, we will meet with Mayor Jeff Alyoung and the Magee Police Department to discuss setting up a day to train designated teachers to receive their concealed carry license. We will discuss other logistics with the police department and Mr. Alyoung. Next, let's take a moment to look at the role of these community resources and agencies. First, we look at the Magee Women's Service League. The Women's Service League will have the largest role in this project. Since they are a nonprofit organization, they will be heading up the fundraiser for the lockdown device material, training fees, and firearms for teachers. We understand that the money raised will probably not be able to cover the entire cost for everything. We plan on having this event again next year to continue bettering the safety of our students. The Women's Service League will also have workers there for the night of the event, but have asked for teachers from the district to also help. Next, let's look at the Magee Men's Club. The Men's Club will be responsible for hosting the fundraiser. They have agreed to waive the cost of renting the building since it is for a school function. They have men there to set up and take down tables and any other heavy material. Delta Outdoor Church has agreed to provide all paper products for the fundraiser. They will also provide extra hands for setup and takedown before and after the event. Magee Police Department and Jeff Alyoung will be in charge of providing the training for all teachers. They will be training the teachers on what to do in case of an active shooter event. We will also have a simulation of how to react if this event should take place. The police department will also be in charge of giving the designated teachers the training necessary to receive their concealed carry license. The teachers will be chosen by Mr. Farrell, superintendent, and the school board members. Mayor Jeff Alyoung will be responsible for hiring a school resource officer and delegating the pay for him or her as necessary. They will need to be hired before the active shooter training, so they are aware of our plan. Now let's take a look at the justification behind these resources and agencies. Magee Women's Service League. The Women's Service League is a new organization with lots of energy and fresh ideas from Magee. They have shown their support for the community and the school with several other fundraisers. They have experience with the fundraisers such as this one and have the volunteers willing to help with it. The Magee Men's Club. The Men's Club has a huge industrial-sized building necessary for a fundraiser of this size. They support our school and community regularly with donations and would be a great place to host our fundraiser. The Magee Police Department and Jeff Alyoung. The police department is our best option when it comes to training our teachers and staff. They have been to the necessary training for these type of events. The police department will also be able to provide us with a resource officer to better secure our campuses. Delta Outdoor Church. Delta Outdoor Church is a new church full of excitement. They are more than willing to donate paper products for our fundraiser. This will help with the overhead costs of the fundraiser so that we are able to profit more. Physical, material, and technological resources needed. When looking at the physical needs, we need a building for the fundraiser. We will get this from the Magee Men's Club, which is home to a large industrial-sized building perfect for this type of event. We will also need a large room for the active shooter training in a room within the school district. For material needs, we will go to Delta Outdoor Church, which will donate paper products. Businesses and individuals will donate auction items. Technological needs will revolve around the advertisement for our fundraiser. We will advertise using our school website, our school Facebook page, our school reach, which is an automatic phone call that goes to parents, and the newspaper website and our physical newspaper. Now let's take a moment to look at the law or policies impacting or impacted by the plan. The first act we will look at is Act 615-1005, Safe, Equitable, and Accountable Public Schools. This act states that every school and school district will enforce school district policies to ensure the safety of every student during school hours at school-sponsored activities. It also states that local schools will work with parents, families, businesses, and community members to incorporate responsibility, character, self-discipline, civic responsibility, and positive work habits into adult contacts with students and to promote student demonstration of these behaviors. The next act is Act 615-1302. It states, on or before January 1st, 2004, every school district shall develop plans to provide for the safety of employees and students in the event of a war or terrorist attack affecting the school, specifically including contingency plans for attacks using a biological agent or nerve gas or similar chemical agents. To the extent practical, students should participate in practice drills executing the plans. Our major goals for this project. The first goal is that classroom safety procedures will be addressed and strategically planned. The next goal is, depending on the amount of money raised, a number of classrooms will be armed with the lockdown device for use in case of an active shooter incident. The third goal is, depending on the amount of money raised, a number of teachers and administrators will be armed with a concealed carry handgun provided by the school. Our last major goal is teachers will go through intense training for active shooter procedures. Project objectives. Let's first look at our short-term objectives. The school will begin working with the Women's Service League to raise money through a fundraiser for lockdown devices, teacher training, and concealed gun license for teachers. Next, we will organize a fundraiser for raising money for previously mentioned ideas. The McGee Men's Club will host the fundraiser, providing tables and labor for setup and cleanup. Delta Outdoor Church will provide all paper products for the fundraiser. McGee Police Department will provide our teachers and staff with training necessary for an active shooter event. McGee Police Department will host training for designated individuals to receive concealed carry licensure. Our long-term objectives include the fundraisers will continue yearly until all classrooms will be equipped with a lockdown device. All designated teachers will have a concealed carry handgun and concealed carry license. Also, the school will continue working with the Women's Service League for future fundraisers. Key strategies. First, let's look at short-term key strategies. The School Safety Committee will work with the Women's Service League to establish a means to raise money. They will plan and distribute jobs to the School Safety Committee. They will work with the Men's Club to secure the building and the extra hands to help with the setup and cleanup. They will also meet with Delta Outdoor Church on what products to order for the fundraiser. Lastly, they will meet with McGee Police Department for a walkthrough in our buildings and discuss everything needed for the training. Our long-term key strategies include determining what teachers will be getting their concealed carry license. We will also buy handguns for the use of concealed carry licensed teachers. We will continue having fundraisers until all designated teachers and staff have their concealed handgun and all classrooms and offices have a lockdown device. Results and outcomes from this project. The results from this project revolve solely around the safety of our students. As a result, our school will be a safer learning environment for our students and our staff members. This will help the students focus on their learning and know that our school has done everything in its power to keep them safe. The community will be informed through our School Reach automatic phone calls. Also, they will be informed through open house in which we will show them how the lockdown devices work. We will also inform the community by putting an article in the newspaper explaining everything that has taken place throughout this process. The benefits is the safety of our students. Purchasing the lockdown devices and arming our teachers will put our students' safety first. This will benefit our school in that it will provide a hedge of protection for our students, allowing them to focus on their learning and knowing that they are safe. This is a list of resources that I used to help me prepare this project. This is a link to a reenactment video of the Columbine shooting. Please take a moment to view this video. This is just one incident in which a school wasn't prepared for an active shooter event. Please consider putting the safety of our students and our school first by approving this district-wide plan of action.